How's it going, everybody? Doing and eating. Kettle corn, classic kettle corn. Great Valley brand. Vid here today. Got some water. I like this stuff. I got this last week. It's good. This is sweet and salty. I don't know if this is going to be going up the same day as the movie Ramble or not. Or at night. It's a little windy out there, so. We started cleaning out the pool, the tub pool, the galvanized tub pool. We drain the water as far as we can go with the reverse, You turn the filter, or whatever, reverse it, it's connected to the one gutter pipe. You can get that down to there, and we have a manual pump, not an electric pump. Get as much out as can to the bottom. Cleaned up that water a bit, bleached it, and fucking, because it was disgusting. Because we had the cover, but the cover was getting weighed down when it rained. Then you try to pull it off, water gets in there with the leaves and shit. We had to take a bunch of leaves out. We got to vacuum to get the rest of the crud off the bottom. So, we're looking into solid covers that are not like, the pull-on kind of just plastic cover that gets weighed in, like either a wood type thing or a plastic, solid plastic cover, because they're a little pricey. It's actually pretty cool out today. It's like in the high 50s. It's ridiculous. It's going to be high 80s, though, on Friday and Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday. Of course, Aston Villa had a draw against Burnley. Leaving the door open for Bournemouth. I think they have 4 points on them now. 2 games left. Aston Villa has Liverpool and Manchester City. Now, I was told this, I didn't know it. If they win the Europa Cup, which they're in the final of, they make the Champions League. You gotta just hope that happens now. Because if that doesn't happen, then all of a sudden you shit the bed here at the end of the Premier League. You gotta beat Burnley. You gotta get the 3 points. You're a weird team. Whatever. I think that Europa final is May 20th. So they're gonna be through possibly the rest of their season. I don't know. Or at least the Liverpool game. It's kind of like sometimes in a sport, if you like a team, whatever the sport may be, like your team's struggling, and you're not even focused on your own team winning. You're just hoping the other teams lose, so your team stumbles on into what. This is more of a playoff thing, obviously. Because say they don't win the Europa League, they lose the final. You stumble in because Bournemouth loses, and Brighton and Hove Albion are right there too, I think. I don't know. But I've had that with the Islanders a few times, right? In the past. The Islanders playing like shit. Could have happened this year. It didn't end up happening this year. Because the other teams were playing good and the Islanders played like shit. The Islanders, Columbus, and the Devils kind of were a little further behind. And Washington was playing decent, but they just still missed it. They fell out of the race. But I've had it in the past where other teams have to shit the bed worse than you are, and you stumble into the playoffs and get smacked in the first round. I think that's the, oops, dropped a piece. That's the fridge. But there's sports. NBA playoffs going on. OKC's up 3. OKC's up 3-0 on the Thunder. The Knicks swept Philadelphia. Knicks are looking good. This could be their shot to get to the finals. They'll either play the Pistons or the Cavs. So you probably want that. If you're the Knicks, you get the rest, which sometimes sucks, but you kind of want those teams to kind of beat up on each other. So they're tired. Going into the conference final. But that series is 2-1 Detroit over Cleveland at the moment. And Spurs and T-Wolves are 2-2. Wemby got booted. He got a flagrant 2. He elbowed this dude like right in kind of the neck, jaw area. He was kind of getting a little grab. People are saying, he's getting grabbed and stuff, but he like lined this elbow up. It's classic like 90s basketball. Like he's like... Unfortunately, he got booted. They were winning that game for a bit even without him. I think it was second quarter, but they lost it. But he did not get suspended. He'll be back game 5. Look, in a way, it's like guys like that, players like that. It's like Shaq back in the day. A lot of guys just get grabbed and shit a bunch, right? They're great players. You kind of shoving, pushing, grabbing. Eventually, you just do a calculated elbow, and you get booted. You got a flagrant 2. Hockey right now, as of this recording, Montreal's up 2-1 now in Buffalo. The Hurricanes swept the Flyers. They're in the conference final. They'll play Buffalo or Montreal. Anaheim and Vegas are 2-2 apiece. And it's 2-1 Colorado. The Wild won game 3, like 5-1. They bounced back nicely. I think game 4 might be tonight. I'm filming this Monday, the 11th. It might go up tonight. It might go up tomorrow morning. You're going to see 2 videos in a day coming up. Either today or possibly tomorrow. view boost here. My views have been dropping, not terribly, but they're very painfully consistent. But they're definitely like a couple hundred less than what they were a couple months ago, like per video. So, just keep on plugging away. This stuff's a little addictive to me. Actually, I'm getting 2 bags because I'm like, I'm gonna plow through this shit. I'll go a few more minutes here. We pressure washed the front and sides of the house. Took the pressure washer from my mom's in Florida, and we went down in December. We rented the van, brought a bunch of shit up. It does work. The soap, it's not a strong PSI. So it was getting the stuff off, but slowly, some of the grime. Now, there's not a ton of grime, but there's spots, you know, the green and shit. So instead of pouring the soap in there, we just put in a bucket, got a long brush, and I was just scrubbing the hell out of the house as high as I could. And then she or I would spray it off. And it worked fine. It looks nice. Better than the first 2 years we were here. Scrubbing it down by hand using the hose. With us just a sponge. Then we got this other thing. But we have to do the deck as well. The back deck and the back of the house. Back of the house a little faster. And the shed has to be done. The shed's pretty grimed up. Already freaking the second part of May. We're getting into mid-May here. There's supposed to be a lot of drink releases coming out. I'm hoping to see those pop up. Do some more drink reviews. Yeah, I like this stuff. And the great value bags are like $2. This is not that expensive. Pulled some of the vegetables, even though it's still getting colder, whatever, they'll be fine. It's not dropping below freezing or anything like that. Took the 3 tomato plants out because they were huge. Took the peppers out, jalapenos, and another plant. It's not a vegetable, it's a regular plant. But pretty much all of our peony have popped. We had some of those cut. She cut a bunch of those off. There's still, I think, 2 or 3 that haven't. They're a little slow. The one we have the 3 little peonies bushes over here on that side of the house. There's one over there, and then she has one in a pot that is growing slowly. But only 2 came off the one kind of little bush. I was surprised by that. And the others had a bunch on them. I don't know. But the one down there actually had more than it had like 3 or 4 more than it did last year. You know, you cut these things down the season, they'll grow as they please. Yeah. But anyway, eating some classic kettle corn here today and just rambling